Hey, it's Stephen Chun, your event director, host, and MC for the 10th Annual Asians on Film Festival of Shorts 2021. We're online. We have so many subscribers. Thank you for liking and supporting us. And we are here joined by the director and lead actress in NEULAND. This is Eddie and Josephine. Hey, guys, thanks for joining.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
So, Eddie, where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm calling from my cave, man cave in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay, and Josephine, same question.
I am also in Brooklyn.
Okay,
Brooklyn, New York.
Well, speaking of Brooklyn, this film is called NEULAND, and it's spelled in a way that people would mispronounce it. So A, why is it pronounced that way? And B, what is your film about, Eddie?
It's pronounced that way because it's a German word for undiscovered territories or the unknown. The reason why we have this title is because our little film was actually created for a 3-minute quickie speed festival. Well, actually not a speed festival, but a 3-minute festival for a German film festival that which the theme was basically undiscovered territories. So this story is based on a feature story that I've been working on for some time, and I just felt it was a great opportunity to have a go at this concept, and you know, just sort of it's sort of like a conceptual trailer, if you will, proof of concept kind of a film. So it kind of worked, served multiple purposes.
So if we were to watch it, we would want more, because that's how I felt from the beginning, middle, and end. This question is for Josephine. Now, on that note, there's a lot of reveals. It's not just necessarily just kind of a obvious in-your-face dialogue, but you make the audience learn as secrets and part of the script is revealed. So Josephine, how did you get into the role? How did you kind of keep that character throughout the little film?
Well, I got involved with the project because Eddie and I worked on a film together that I think was actually at Asians on Film Festival last year, which was In Sync, which was a comedy. And we had a great time doing it. So I was really excited to get to work with him again. And he told me a little bit about this feature idea. And it sounded really awesome. So it was great to get to work on essentially like this proof of concept, little intro into that world. And with like the reveals and stuff like that, it's interesting because at least for me, when I read the script, the character is like probably one of the characters I've ever read that like felt the most like me and like my specific experience as an Asian American female. Because Amelia doesn't quite know where she fits in, right? She's straddling a little bit both cultures. You know, she obviously is Asian. She maybe doesn't relate to that culture in a way that feels genuine for her. But then also is not sure like what it is to like be like then also like American. So what is it being like Asian American? And it's interesting because I think now in this last year it's become a very timely kind of subject.
I mean, it's no secret.
You know.
I should interject that I actually didn't answer your first question thoroughly, but basically the film is, in short, if you haven't read the synopsis, it's basically a quick story about a young Asian American woman who is sort of like in this podunk town in the U.S. and she's kind of on like a cigarette break, and there's this limo that sort of pulls in, and she meets this another Chinese guy, Asian guy. You're not really sure where he specifically is from, but you know he's Chinese, and he sort of they kind of have this interaction, and she kind of gets swept away into this different world. Which, you know, by watching the 3-minute film, which you can watch, it's, you know, very quickly, it'll sort of.
So Eddie, on that note,
fill in the blanks.
2-part question. Would you have changed, if the total running time was not a factor, like you were entering into this kind of 3-minute quick submission, would you have made this longer? And what would you have done differently?
I don't know if I could have made it longer because we were set on 3 minutes, which was
Right,
the
but
maximum time allowed.
3-minute parameter.
Well, I think the first cut we had was about 5 minutes.
Mhm.
So that was where something, was a lot of breathing room and so forth. So I'm, to be honest with you, get down to 3 minutes was just really a shock for me. But we had a really an all-star editor who, he's really fantastic. Phil Kimsey, he's cut for House of Cards and, a lot of, Netflix shows and stuff like that. And he really,
Nice.
I just went back the next day and he was like, oh, I got it down to 3 minutes. I was like, how did you do that? So,
Isn't that awesome
and
when that happens?
yeah, it was really fun. And actually how he cut it just actually really brought a lot more excitement, brought a really great pacing and yeah, just really, it blew my mind. So that we even made that. So yeah, actually I think it got down to 2 minutes and 54 seconds. That's what we did now.
Okay.
Editors don't get enough credit. We love editors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as a wrap up, Josephine, any thanks and shout outs, and then I'll go to you, Eddie, for that.
Thanks and shout outs. Thanks, Asians on Film. I'm so excited to also check out all the other films too. Thanks, Eddie, for having me part of this project. And also thanks, James.
Thanks for jumping around, going along for the ride. I appreciate it.
Thank you for bringing furniture blankets to throw over me when I was freezing outside the whole time.
Yes. Yeah, we shot this upstate in January. It was like due February 15th, and we shot it like the end of January. So cool. Last year was brutal. Yeah. Shout out to James, who unfortunately can't join us. But if you guys have watched CBS FBI, he's a recurring character in that show. For me, for Josephine, I think this is your second time screening with Asians on Film. For me, I think it might have been my fifth or something. So I'm always really happy to support all as many Asian festivals that will have me and our work and so forth. And yeah, this is our second film here. Last year we won the comedy segment with NSYNC. So if you guys get a chance, please check that out.
For the throwback, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, but thank you very much, and shout out to you, Stephen, and Scott and everybody else. Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us. You've been watching an interview with NEULAND. This is the director Eddie and lead actress Josephine. Thank you two for being the second year in a row, and have a great season. We know you will.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
care, guys. Thanks again.